What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, I am back, people. You already know, man. Like I've told you in the last video, OG doesn't talk about it, he stays about it. Before I go any further, I need to give a shout out to all my subscribers, my new subscribers, especially my team members. My team members, remember, you got to weigh in tomorrow on an empty stomach first thing in the morning and post your progress pictures just in case if you didn't post any last week. You already know the importance of why I ask you guys to do what you guys need to do. And it's just as simple as that. Following the blueprint, baby. Well, anyways, there ain't nothing to it but to do it, people. You can't talk about it, you have to be about it. And if you're still struggling and not knowing where to get started at, you already know what you need to do. Shoot me a DM on my Instagram or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I got you, people. I could get you going to becoming that best version of yourself. I know how to get you from fat to fit to ripped. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it all depends how far you want to take it, what level you want to take it to. You may not want to take it to that level. Like I said in the past, you just may want to lose a few pounds because you have an upcoming event that's coming up and you want to look proper. Because them clothes that fit you last year just ain't going up your motherfucking waistline anymore. You know, it happens, it happens to the best of us. And that goes for you trolls too, man. You know, for you trolls out there, this message right here is for you trolls, man. You guys gotta stop hating. You know, it's obvious. It's obvious that you guys are some of my biggest fans because you're like the first ones to tune in. I don't know if you guys are like on autopilot, sitting right there just like waiting for something to pop up from my side. It's all good, you know what I mean? I find it hilarious, Mr. 310. It's all good, man, you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, put your pride and ego to the side. I had a troll yesterday. He reached out to me. I ended up calling him, you know what I mean? Gave him some free tips on nutrition as well. And, you know, you don't have to go about it that way. I've already preached in the past, you know, if you need any type of material just to get you started, just to get you going on, you know, losing a few pounds, I will give it to you free of charge, people. I mean, I trip on the way some of these trolls, they go that extra mile to be sneaky and conniving about their moves, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know. Like I said, I won't turn anybody away, you know. And you trolls, man, you just get with the program. You know, it's a better circle. I'm telling you now, right now. I'm telling you right now. It's a way better circle than that circle that you're building amongst you and other trolls. You know, it doesn't go very far. It doesn't open many doors. As far as myself, what I've been doing, how I became a full-time online fitness coach, man, it's opened up so many it's given me so many opportunities and opened up so many doors for me, man. I've met people that I've never thought in my past that I would have ever mingled with. And no, I'm not saying because I think that I was better than them. No, obviously not. As a matter of fact, one of my guys, I left a comment about mentioning people about on social media, on Instagram or whatever social platform, how sometimes they come in a certain way and then they end up another way, you know. So just a quick reminder to you people out there, man, the ones that are on social media and then all of a sudden you get this like overnight success, always remember where you came from, people, because that audience is what built you where you're at right now. You know, that same audience can take you down just as well. So when you create that audience, and the reason you draw that audience to you is because you're being sincere about your lifestyle and the way you run, the way you wiggle. You know, these people, they take a liking to you. It'll start to slow, but that's just part of the journey. You gotta trust the process. You know, sometimes it grows fast and sometimes it grows slow. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep on grinding. Be fearless in the face of adversity. You know what I mean? This is your life to create. Be that architect, the one that designs its future. You know, don't worry about the next man. And the social media, do not let it get to your head, people. I see it all the time. You know, people change and they gain different audiences but they also gain hate from the audience that used to love them. You know, and in this world, especially with all those trolls with no faces, you really don't know who that person is. You know, obviously he's scared to show himself. Might be some weirdo. You just never know. But like I said, man, don't ever think you're better than the next man, because the power that you were given was created by the audience that you attracted to you. And that audience, that same audience can bring you down, you know, so be careful what you do. It's the same thing like when you're doing time behind them walls, or just with the homies, you know. Someone doesn't fall into place of leadership by accident. You know, you have people that support you and speak up for you. You weren't just given a title just to just to be given a title. That's not the way it works. You know, a real one, he earns that title. It's not just given. It's not just given to him, people. So I've heard that used too on social media. Yeah, you know, to become a real one, that has to be given to you. You have to earn it. You know, it's not like an assignment where they assign you. You know what I mean? Saying grammar school and stuff like that. You actually have people that are rooting for you. That's what makes you that person. You know, where you're at today. You know, because people root for you. They stand in your corner. You know, but don't strike them people down that supported you, man. That's your backbone right there. Keep pushing and keep doing what you started doing, you know. Stay in that same lane. You know, I know people tend to bounce around. Like people, they try to say that I try to feed off of other people. I don't do that. Trust and believe, Mr. Trolls, I don't do that. You know, I stay in my own lane. I don't talk down on other people. You may have to clean your ears out and go over my videos again. I gave my how should I say, my thought on certain individuals, and I said at the beginning, I don't know this cat, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna speak for the Wes Watson. You know, Wes Watson, yeah, he's an entrepreneur. Can't take that from that man. Some people bash him because he rents everything he has. I have nothing against that, because obviously it takes feria to rent what he's got. You know, not anybody could just go out there and rent that shit. You know, and trust and believe. I know more about this individual than a lot of cats do out here on social media, because, like I said in my other video, I had a family member that went through his camp. I have a family member that keeps in contact with him, has his personal phone number, people. So if I needed to know anything about this individual, I could actually reach out to my relative. But I'm not going to. Why? Because it's none of my business. That's that man's life. I got my life to worry about. I'm here to, you know, support my family, support my subscribers, you know, my followers. You know, I'm not trying to change up for nobody. I'm keeping it real 100%, man. And that's just what I do. You know, so be careful what you do. You know, don't let this social media get to your head. Don't ever think you're better than the next man, because you're not. And always remember how you got there to where you're at. You know, you had supporters that co-signed for you. And that will bring me to a quick little story, a short story that I'm gonna bring, that brought me to an institution. This institution where I landed at, I happened to land there during the time of where leadership was changing. So like other podcasters, or I should say other YouTubers had said in the past, you know, some people, they show favoritism. You know, I've seen it done more than once. You know, they show their favoritism because, you know, homies, that they're from the same area, they're from the same hood, you know, and that's one way of doing some crooked politicking, I should say. You know what I mean? That's not like that's not a righteous way of placing someone in leadership. You know what I mean? You got to place them for their qualities, you know, and their performance, not just because it's a camarada or a homie. You know what I mean? That's the wrong way of going about things, because shit will get stirred up. And this situation right here, this is exactly what happened. So anyways, an individual was leaving. He was moving on with his journey, to finish off the rest of his sentence, and he gave the leadership position to his younger homie. This younger homie really had no idea what he was doing, but for whatever reason, he felt that he could control it. It was actually his first term. Keep in mind, right there where I'm at, I'm there with a few seasoned homies, but most of us homies that are usually seasoned at the beginning of your journey, we don't like to take on those responsibilities, because all you're doing is taking on somebody's headache. You know what I mean? You become it becomes a big liability, and the way these receptions are, the turnover rate is so rapidly. You know what I mean? Something so small could haunt the rest of your career. Why? Because the situation that happened fell underneath your watch. So at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you, whether you really want to take that position or not. I know a lot of people, they feel honored by doing it, but you just got to keep in mind, you really ain't nobody. You're just, basically, in my eyes, all you are is a mouthpiece. You know what I mean? The house mouse. Well, you got the house mouse, and then you got the mouthpiece. You know what I mean? So anyways, this individual was given a leadership position, right? And started running things his way, but he started noticing the way other people were like looking up to him. And then, like I said about the sharks and the wolves out there, because this individual had a little say-so, I should say, on this yard. A lot of older cats were like getting into his ear to utilize them to their advantage. I'm not going to speak on why they were utilizing them, and I'm sure those of you that done time, you already know. Anything that goes through there has to go through that person that has the supposed leadership. So obviously these cats want a little taste of that little something that rolls through every now and then, because it's known to roll through. Sometimes more often than others. But anyway, so yeah, we go along. This guy's running the program. He's holding it down. You know what I mean? I give him a little credit for that. But then once he's easily whispers are put into his ear, and he sees that change of power, his whole attitude changes. He feels like he's untouchable and shit. I keep in mind that at any given time, me and the homies, we could strip him of his power. You know what I mean? Because we know the way the game is played. But normally in this place where we're doing time, we usually, let's sit back, as long as he ain't posing a threat to what needs to be done right there. Because keep in mind, no matter where you're at, whether it be a reception or not, that place falls under someone's leadership. I mean, someone of real leadership. You know what I mean? Someone of mad respects. Someone that deserves that and that holds that title of, La Pinta. You're just, like I said, a mouthpiece, a house mouse, whatever you want to call it. That's the words I choose to call it. Well, anyways, yeah, so anyways, this individual, it started to get to his head, you know what I mean? He forgot how he got in there, even though it was given to him. He wasn't really appointed or homies co-signed for it, because the younger homies that did co-sign for him, their co-sign wasn't really worth nothing, you know what I mean? Because they really hadn't been nowhere, put in any work or anything. So anyways, this individual starts running the show, and little does he know, we there's a birthday card that needs to be signed every now and then. And I don't really want to say this, but I had action to check out that birthday card, you know what I'm saying? Before everything was sent off, because I wanted to make sure this youngster wasn't going to get himself in a wreck, you know what I mean? And just in case if I happen to spot anybody on there, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I happen to notice a name. I paid it no mind. The person that landed there was a very, let's put it this way, was a very well respected individual, a person that has a very long reach where he needs to be felt. Okay, I'm just going to keep it as simple as that. This individual landed. Obviously, this youngster in leader position didn't know what was going on, didn't have a clue, and neither did his part of his little mess up right there. They had no clue who this individual was too. Caught my eye, because actually this This particular individual, my first time going to the joint, was one of the older homies that laced me up. You know, gave me some klecha. You know what I mean? The short time that I was able to spend with him, it was an honor spending time with him. You know, rest in peace. I'm not going to say who he is. I just ran into one of his younger homies the other day. Well, not really too young, a little bit younger than me, but yeah. Rest in peace, homie. Good dude. Good, well respected gentleman. But anyways, yeah. So he landed there, right there in the yard, and he just he sat back and was observing. That's all he did. He's not going to put himself out there, because keep in mind, this particular individual basically slipped through the cracks. Shouldn't have been right there with us. So he was enjoying life, you know. And the persons that were familiar with him, I obviously pulled them to the side and told them, people, you know, hush is the word. No one needs to know. Let that man enjoy his freedom, because this individual shouldn't have been right there where we were at. He was, like I said, he had a very strong reach that could be reached in a lot of places and be felt. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. But, yeah, so he sat back there and was, you know, just enjoying the ride, man. And this one little youngster, he, you know, got out of character, man. You know, I'm going to fast forward this. During Yarda, this individual tried to approach this individual and try to give him a rundown on what he needs to be doing, because the homie was just laid back to himself and didn't praise this youngster like these other cats were praising him. And the only reason why these other cats were praising this youngster is because they wanted to utilize him. And the cats that were praising this youngster obviously didn't know who that older gentleman was that was right there in the yarda with us. So anyways, long story short, the youngster kept on doing his thing. And one morning, that youngster got dealt with. He was stripped, he was removed, and sent where he needed to be sent. He didn't roll it up, but he was sent where he needed to be sent because he had explaining to do. And what happened in this situation is because there was someone there on that yard that was very well at a level that can make chess moves. Let's put it that way. This individual had him removed as a professional that he is and sent back to where he could answer two other homies that wanted answers. And I won't get into detail the reason why, because the mailman had landed and we got word from back that stuff wasn't being reached the way it should have been reached. For those of you that know, you know what I'm talking about. I will not get into detail about it. So anyways, with that being said, people, the moral of this story is, no matter how big you get or how big you think you are, especially here on social media, be careful what you do, because the same people that put you in play can strip you down. So just a food of thought, you know what I mean? Keep it real. Stay humble. If not, life will humble you. That's a guarantee. Because nobody is untouchable. Everyone is touchable. Now, with that being said, you guys already know, hit the like and subscribe button, put your notification bell on all, share my channel with your relatives, your insignificant other, your loved ones, your co-workers, whoever, you know what I mean? Someone walking down the street, you know what I mean? Help build my channel. And if you guys are serious about getting fit and working on your A game, or if you just need some nutritional tips, shoot me a DM. You don't have to go through the whole process of shooting me your number and jumping on the phone with me and acting like you're going to sign up for the team. You don't have to do that. I've already told you guys in the past. I will help you guys get started free of charge, people. Nutrition, I got you. You know what I mean? When it comes to building a program, that's where I will charge you. That's where everything falls in place. That's when you start acquiring that body that you've been chasing after time, people. And for them trolls, the ones that were saying that I'm trying to get Wes Watson's team, you guys are foolish to even think that. I don't even think about that individual. The only reason why he came to my thought is because someone left a comment like that, some foolish ass comment. Wes Watson does Wes Watson. I don't care what Wes Watson's doing. Shit, I tip my hat to that man. He found his groove, baby, and he's grooving. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't like him. I know he likes to hoop a lot of shit. That's all I know. You know, shit, hoop it up, baby. That's you. That's your motherfucking cornholio right there. I don't mind. It says, do not enter, baby. But anyways, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's a fetish to him. You know, I have no idea. I'm not going to speak anymore on that man because he's doing the damn thing. He's making millions. And he's making millions, like I said. He found his audience. They love him, whether he's a fake or a fraud. And I've never said that he never did any time. But I know he didn't do time down here, down south. That fool would not make it one day with that attitude, going through the system that I've been through. Never. I don't care how big you are, how roided you are, you will get got. Now, with that being said, people, get up and get yours. Let's do this.